Buckle up. You're about to hear something you won't forget.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you wish to understand the secrets of the universe, think.
This isn't your typical small talk. This is Lyft talk.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing.
Ever had such a good conversation you didn't want the ride to end?
In terms of energy, frequency,
From the streets of Denver to your ears, welcome to the conversations that only happen in a Lyft.
and vibration.
3 years ago, I quit my comfortable, well-paying job in tech. Although the money was great, I couldn't shake the feeling I was meant to be somewhere else. Eventually, I found myself out of money. Needing quick cash, I started driving for the rideshare app Lyft. I'm Sean McMahon, and you're listening to Lyft Talk.
2, 1.
John?
That's me. Nathan, nice to meet you, man.
All right. Wash it up. Here we are.
I take it you're Nathan.
I am.
Nice to meet you, man. All right, man. And you're going to 1637 South DeFrame?
Yep.
How's your day going, man?
Oh, not too bad. Got
Okay.
up at 4, flew in this morning. Just kind of been putzing around. So.
Where are you visiting from?
Virginia.
Virginia, huh? What brings you out here?
Hiking. So hit
Really?
to Calibron with a few friends.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man. It's a good time to go, too.
Yeah, not too hot. Should be. You from Denver originally?
Born and raised, man.
Oh, that's
yeah.
sick.
That's a cool town, no doubt.
I'm sure you've seen it explode after the weed legalization and everyone migrated here.
Yeah, of course, nobody says that's why they migrated
Uh-huh.
here. But yeah, that you could say it's a coincidence that
Yeah,
they happened
weird.
around the same time.
It was like my second stop upon landing, so.
Yeah, it definitely exploded. Which was crazy, you know? Like, not only did we see, like, large parts of the city get gentrified, but those of us who owned property prior to that
Oh, yeah.
did far better than those who, like, hadn't,
Oh, yeah.
had property yet. And so it was just kind of, it was one of those weird moments where, you know, in your mid-20s, you're, like, vastly different economics. You're still, like, your
Yeah.
cash flow is still the same as, you know, everybody you're hanging out with, but whether or not you owned something before then just
Yeah.
drastically changed what you could buy for your next one. And
Oh, for sure.
started creating rifts in place. Yeah, you know, they say it's just part of growing up, I guess, but it was interesting to see, you know.
If you're lucky to own something before and you rent it out now, you're just banking it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now I ended up selling it to fund a year off and write my first book.
Well,
but-
that'll do it.
Yeah. But still, yeah, having that privilege was far better than some, for sure.
It's a first book. Have you written a second?
It's in progress.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
I used to be in like marketing technology,
Oh, okay.
MarTech, data management, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a book about that, my old career, how I became such a young boss, that kind of thing. And then my next one is my first piece of fiction, and it's about a guy who loses his goggles that everyone wears in the society and starts to see things the way they actually are. And, yeah, has this hot roommate who kind of walks him through gives him the path, like where he can go next and how to manage stuff. Yeah, not quite sure. It's the first time my character's kind of taken on lives of their own, so not quite sure
That's a
what they're
big
going to do
leap.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know I've been stalling. I'm launching a podcast actually about this, like conversations in the car. And so, yeah, I've been taking a pause on the work. I don't know if I'm procrastinating, purposely avoiding it, or just trying to launch something else to make a little bit more cash on the side. Fund the dream.
Be nice to get a pause on the 9 to 5 life.
Yeah, you're in the 9 to 5, huh?
Oh, yeah.
My condolences. What do you do?
I'm a platform engineer, so
Oh,
Kubernetes, if you're familiar.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah,
you
yeah.
are. I work for a fairly large bank that I can't say the name of, but
But pretty much narrows it down to 3, I would say. Well, I mean, really 5 if we wanted to give the other 2 some credit. But I see. So it's Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, or Bank of America would be the top 3 picks.
you're in the neighborhood.
All right, we won't have you say any more. Do you like it, I guess is the question.
It pays. Like it? I don't know.
You know, everyone says that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, do you like it? It's like, well, the money's good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a weird trade-off we live in society. You either make good money or
Yep.
you like what you do.
It's to the point now I'm just trying to bank it and then buy my way out. And that's what I want to do.
Yeah. It's a good scheme. It's a good strategy. Yeah, I read a book back in the day, David Graeber, and it, I wouldn't say it wrecked my life. I would say I was already on the process of wrecking my life, but it changed my outlook on the economy forever, yeah. It makes no sense. I actually had a trader in here. He ran a trading floor.
Oh, damn.
He's an older guy, yeah. We talked about money and its origin. I wish I got it on tape, but he didn't want to be associated or no. I was like, well, do you have a card? We could reshoot it. And he was like, no, I don't have any cards with me. And I was like, all right. He did not want to know some bumbling Lyft driver, you know, but yeah. He was a nice dude. He humored me and had a conversation with me, which was cool.
Yeah, I mean, the way the country's going and the way everything is, it's just like I'm trying to find ways as much as possible to offset any fixed expense, you know, gardening, growing my own food as much as I can, that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, man. Yeah. I think the future is going to be those of us who can remain flexible and clever, I think, are going to have a shot. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, I sat down. So I have 2 boys, and I haven't talked to their mom in a few years. And we sat down, we had coffee last week, and I just kind of told her, I was like, so, like, I don't think this economy is sustainable. And I studied economics in undergrad, and so I was like, I kind of think the whole thing's going to implode.
Yeah.
And so I just want you to know, like, you know, she just bought a very nice house, and so I was like, I just want you to know, like, if anything happens, like, don't freak out. We're going to figure this out. Like, this is okay. And she was like, I'm so glad you brought this up. And mind you, on this subject, we're usually, like, diametrically opposed on most things. Hence why, you know, we don't talk very often. But she was like, I'm so glad you brought this up. I want to get the boys' passports just in case of anything. And I was like, oh my God, actually, you're coming around too? I was like, Jesus. All right. It's like, maybe it's getting more and more palpable. I told a couple last night, I was like, I think we just need a benevolent dictator, you know, like a 35-year-old who's just like, we're going to wipe student debt. We're going to give you all property so you can grow your own food. And we're going to, you know, completely take over all insurance companies because they're the devil. And I'm pretty sure you run on that platform and you have a real shot. Yeah, I'd sign up.
Just for like a little bit. Let's get
Yeah.
this correct, and then we'll go back.
Yeah, I'll give you 6. Like, I need 6 to 9 years. If I was the benevolent dictator, I'm pretty sure I could get the job done in 6 to 9 years. You know, and 9 would be negotiate a good trade deal with China.
I mean,
You
it's
know,
like,
establish a universal currency with them. You know,
7 months to
Like,
undo what little social systems we had. Like,
I think we'd be okay. Because I actually had a French guy. It's not my idea. I had a French guy give me that. Like, I think America would be so much better off if you guys just had like a dictator for 10 years who would come in and fix a bunch of shit. And it was like, wow, I'd never even thought about that. So I'm passing the idea on. So yeah, eventually, if enough of us wake up and figure it out, or the situation gets dire enough, eventually that guy will show up, or that girl will show up and be like, I know how to fix this. I just need total control for 6 years. And be like, well, you give me land that I can grow my own food, and what the hell do I care?
Yeah, like it's...
And universal health insurance, like, yeah. Or we're going to stop putting shit in the food that gives us cancer. Like, I'm in. Let's do it. Oh, that was nice of you, dude. Thank you.
There's so many things that need to be fixed.
Yeah, what would you put on the top 5?
I mean, honestly, food standards is, I think, a bigger impact than a lot of people realize. Like,
Say
food
more.
education and food standards are massive. Because, like, in Europe, when I've traveled over there, lived over there for a little bit, like, the energy and mood difference I had from eating European food to coming home and just having a diet change for a month, I was like, oh, this is why I don't feel good when I'm home. And then I started, like, growing my own, starting understanding where my food came from, eating a little cleaner. And I was like, oh, when you aren't eating the shit that's shoved down your throat, you feel a lot better.
Totally.
This was a few years ago, and it's just been growing since then. And it's just, we don't have nearly the social systems that we need to support a country this large.
I agree with you, man.
Like in Richmond, where I'm from, there's, well, I'm sure you've heard of like food deserts. But, like, there's a lot of neighborhoods where I live where like there's not a grocery store remotely close to these poor people that live there, and it is. You see them just eating McDonald's and Takis and shit and throwing stuff on, like, it's an education and an availability issue.
Yeah. I had one lady, and she worked for a nonprofit, and I can't remember what nonprofit she is. She also brought up, like, there's this cultural aspect that most people don't think about.
Yeah.
Where, like, say you go to the example she gave me was, like, say you go to a family barbecue and everything's fried. Yep. She's like, then the chances of you changing to a healthier diet are, like, nearly impossible because you don't even know how to cook.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, let alone exist in that kind of world. And it was blew my mind open. I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. Like, how there's this whole cultural thing that adds one more layer of complication, right? Because it's like, yeah, you're not just saying, hey, that food's bad for you. You're also saying, like, that your grandma's dish that you love so much is going to kill you. Like, just you're wearing this. Like, well, what are you saying about my grandma? It's like, nothing. Just saying, like, your grandma made that dish because that was the only thing available when she had 2 quarters. Like, maybe we don't keep passing it on.
Well, it's like that, and like what you see in Richmond when you talk to people about like what they eat is like they know it's not good, but what they have available to get is only that. Yeah, like there's no other alternative.
Yeah. So when I've talked with many people about it too, because it's like doing this job, I make way less than I ever did, and so what I buy now at the grocery store, I actually have to like budget and plan. I can't just go and spend money like I used to and buy whatever I want, you know? And it is not affordable, to your point, to even just eat healthy anymore. And it's just like, it's mind-baffling to me.
Yeah. Like, it's not affordable. And like in the cases of like Richmond and Oakland and a few of the few cities I've been in, it's like there's not even a grocery store that sells that product. That's on a bus line or walkable to people that live in those neighborhoods. It's like, what are they supposed to?
Yeah, that's a good point. But it's like, I want, honestly, you know, not a fan of the president or anything, but I think that's like the most important probably initiative of their entire cabinet is what RFK is trying to do.
I mean, he's going to fuck it up, but the intent is there.
Yeah. I hope he fucking, Because it's like some of those companies, what they're saying is like, well, we can't do that. And it's like, but you do that for the food you send to France.
Yeah.
Like, go,
you can.
But that's the thing is I get it. It just like strikes right at their profit margin, which is just, it's just mind baffling, man. Like, yeah, so much of the economy is based on shit that's unfair and unhealthy that it's just like, if this thing doesn't have a massive correction snap, like we're all just, exactly. It's hard though. I don't know. My parents are boomers and I try to explain some of this stuff to them and they're just like, what are we going to give, you know, universal basic income, for example? Like, what are we just going to give people money for nothing? Like, then nobody will work. And it's like, you realize like that argument is based in slavery. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's like, if the idea is you have to force people to work is the only reason they'll work, like that's slavery.
Yeah.
That's literally slavery. And they're like, well, you know what we mean. It's like, I genuinely don't know what you mean. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've
like,
got to connect your cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. Well, and like, I give them a lot of leeway. Like, as a, you know, one, I respect them. They're great parents. And two, they lived in such a world that was so unanimous and so like everybody thought the same thing. Everyone said the same thing. Oh, dude, I got to tell you this. So a couple weeks ago, we're at a family barbecue, right? My kids are playing with their cousins and like, this is like, you know, they're playing with their cousins, my cousin's kids. So I guess they're third cousins. I don't know. Anyway, so my kids are playing with my cousin's kids. And this is like generations through the eons, right? Of like playing in my uncle's house, which is the same house I played in. So we're like watching these generations play together. It's a great moment. And I'm, the local conspiracy theorist nutter in the family. And so I bring up something about, a conspiracy theorist. And my older brother makes fun of me. He's very much in like suburban America. He thinks everything's fine. Like,
head in sand.
Head in sand. Like everyone else who brings up conspiracy theories, like you guys are just mad you lost the economic game. And it's like, maybe we're just smart enough to realize it's rigged. Anyway, so he says something of like, oh, look at Sean. Like he's having his conspiracy theory thing. Like don't get him started. Otherwise he'll bring in everything. And my uncle starts talking and I'm like, wait. You're a conspiracy theorist too? And he's like, oh, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, man. I just think the whole distrust in the government goes all the way back to the Kennedy assassination. And I was like, wait, so you don't think Lee Harvey Oswald killed Kennedy? And like everyone in my family, I kid you not, aunts, uncles, Republican, Democrat, like split across the aisle is my family, right? All of them start laughing. And like, I look at my aunt and she's like, God, no, none of us believe that. Yeah. And I'm like, but none of you said anything? And he was like, then my uncle chimed in and was like, what were we going to say? Like, that's bullshit. Like, we all had to go back to work, man. Yeah. We all had to like raise our kids. Like, what were we going to do? And I'm just like, I'm sitting here like literally all of the younger generations think you guys are like just fucking out of it. And you guys have just decided it's not important enough to say anything. Like, it blew my mind, man. Blew my mind.
I'm in the camp that Mossad killed him.
Mossad, huh? Man, say more.
Too many Israeli connections to Jack Ruby. And Jack Ruby had business dealings in Dallas.
Interesting.
So, who knows? We'll probably never know. But
what are your thoughts on the Jeffrey Epstein thing? Have you looked into that at all?
The files? Like the whole shit that everyone's yelling about? Or what do you mean?
I'll plant this idea with you.
Ghislaine Maxwell getting moved to a low security and definitely not getting a pardon, but Donald Trump's the best guy she's ever met.
Yeah.
It's the most transparent conspiracy and cover-up I think we've ever seen.
Well, what do you think? I'll say this. I think Jeffrey Epstein was a character. I don't think he was a real person. Like, not the Jeffrey Epstein we're aware of.
I don't know about that. There's too much. I remember being a teenager and hearing his name and seeing his business dealings.
So, let's dive into that. What were his business dealings?
That I remember him buying the island. I'm trying to remember not what I've read recently, but like hearing about in the early 2000s. I remember him buying an island. I remember a lot of things in his name in Mar-a-Lago.
So that was the property that he owned near Trump's property.
Prior to Trump, and they got mad over the feud over selling the property.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like, let's go one layer deeper. Where did all of his fortune come from?
So isn't that what they've tied back to like his dad and Bill Barr's dad and all of them coming together and like giving each other nepo deals on businesses? That I don't fully know where his money came from. But like all of them do that. They give each other a loan for this amount and sell the loan to someone else at this amount.
Yeah, I don't know if you've listened to any Eric Weinstein for a while, but he's a physicist, or he's a mathematician at MIT. And he met Epstein like back in 2016 or something.
Yeah.
And Epstein's technical title was he was a currency trader.
Yeah.
And Eric Weinstein met him and said, I knew more about, so he's a mathematician who works in finance. And he was like, I'm not in currency. But he's like, but I knew more about currency than this guy.
Yeah,
this dude was not a currency. So that's what I mean. Is like he seems to have this weird connection to Ghislaine Maxwell and to Israel. And he has this fortune, like, we're supposed to be paying attention to his client list, but nobody's talking about, like, wait a minute, how did he have so much money?
Yeah.
Like, where did all of his money come from? And, the cover is obviously it was sex trafficking and child sex, acts or, whatever.
I feel like that's part of it.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like he's one of those people that's the wealthy people use as a fixer or like, a dealer, quote unquote, but at their level.
Yeah.
So he's the guy you talk to is my impression of him.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, that's what I find so interesting. So almost everyone knows his name nowadays, and yet we know actually nothing about him.
Like,
which
I
is
wouldn't be
fascinating.
shocked if it's like, oh yeah, they were trafficking kids, but also weapons and also drugs. Like, I'm sure it's not just what we see or hear about.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing. Is like, yeah, like a man who's into all of that without this very large organization behind him just seems incredibly unlikely.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to know is like, what's the organization? Is it the NSA?
Well,
is
that's
it the CIA?
the list, right? Is who's involved with it.
Exactly. Like if he was a fall guy, or if he was like, a leader of an operative, and the operative went sour and they sold him out or whatever, like, what's the organization that technically... I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, Eric Weinstein has a whole thing on him. And I think he says it on Modern Wisdom, a podcast. And he talks about, he's like, you have this like missing fortune of this like, stock trader who died suddenly.
Yeah.
And then you have Jeffrey Epstein pop up who has this mysterious fortune that nobody knows where it came from. And it's one of those like weird, interesting situations that it's like, if you need to run an operative, you need to run an operation, and then $300 billion happens to fall in your lap. Like, it gives you access to, these very important people. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I find that stuff always fun. Like, it doesn't... I don't know why people don't think it's not obvious. Like, you see someone die, and then the exact same dollar amount appears in someone else's account. And you're like, what? Oh, hold on here.
This is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had no family. Like, he just kind of reads like a secret agent to me. He had no family. He had no kids. He had no real ties except his girlfriend, who's an heiress. And you're just like, this is fucking weird.
Either
like, this
an agent or someone that knows too much dirt and has the connections, and so he gets away with whatever he wants. Like,
totally. Which then, brings on like, okay, this dude's probably most important asset was supposedly, right, like the recordings and the videos and like all that. So it's like, where the fuck did all that go?
Yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah.
That's gone. I mean, even if it was Bill Clinton in it, the Prince in it, who else, King Charles in it, you'll never know.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I hope we do. I hope they all get carded in. I don't care what political party they're in, but fucking take them.
Yeah, I like to play the game of like, let's say you are some security intelligence agency and you create this character, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
What exactly, like, what table do you want ears and eyes at, And that's the game I like to play is like, you want the table at world leaders. Like, you want to listen in, be able to squeeze them, leverage them.
Which is another argument on why we'll never know.
Yeah.
If those agencies now know for sure, that's leverage.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is like the minute that, not the list, but the minute those tapes come out, all blackmail disappears. And so it's one of those weird things where it's like, and then the dude goes to jail and, the tape of him being strangled or whatever is just suddenly missing 3 minutes and you're just like, this is so sloppy, it's just terrible.
Yeah. That whole thing was just so obvious to me. It's
obvious,
like they show the video and they're not even looking at the right cell door. You find out like 2 years later. It's like, oh, oops. You meant that Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we totally forgot he was in two cells down.
Yeah,
We're like, sure.
that one?
Sure, dude. I have seen that one conspiracy online that like he's actually alive.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like that's another one.
He's out there somewhere.
Like Hitler made it to Argentina.
Yeah, I saw that. Man, that show, the first like 3 or 4 episodes on the Discovery Channel, I think it was called Chasing Hitler. Did you ever see it?
I've seen that.
That was fucking wild, man. It's so fucking wild.
A man that wealthy, that connected with so many people, like how could he not make it?
Interesting, man. It's so interesting. Especially because like they find that one castle or property or whatever that happened to have his exact medication or some shit. You're just like, huh. And
it was like built after his ski cabin, like it looks the exact same.
Yeah, you're just like, huh, German engineering in the middle of the Argentinian rainforest. Fucking wild. Oh man. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit going on. Weird. Like I brought so my parents are kind of like I don't want to say my check-in with the rest of the world, but they're boomers, right? They watch the news still.
The other side of it. You hear what
yeah. So I'm like, okay, like I'm this crazy conspiracy theorist. I'm awoke, I'm awake. Like I see like the facade of reality. Like let's go to the other side and be like, okay, how are things going kosher? And I don't know if you remember, but there were like all those drones over Jersey. Yeah. And my parents brought those up with me. And I was like, wait. You guys know about those? And they were like, yeah, it's on the news. I was like, what are they saying on the news? Be like, China's invading. And I started laughing. So we talked about it like the other week. And I was like, so what happened to the Chinese invasion? Like, oh, they went home. They were scared of us. I was like, they had drones above the clouds and they're scared of us. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, man. But it's wild. You know, yeah, I think there's something to be said about people can only process so much new information at a time that it's like you really do have to coax them along. All of us along, not just them.
Yeah. My career has been great. It's been lucrative, but the internet's a mistake.
But the internet's a mistake. Say more. What do you
I mean, like, it is too available for everyone to loudly blast any asinine thought in their head. And it is just everyone cannot filter through any sort of media literacy. And so everyone is constantly spinning. It is, I think, just put your damn phone down and realize that the sky's still blue and things are okay in your immediate vicinity. And
totally.
Remembered what basic human decency is like.
That's a good way to put it. Well, and I think there's something to be said about what you've done of like growing your own food, like taking some autonomy over your life, the things that really matter. Like, let's make sure I have clean water. Let's make sure I have good food. Like, let's make sure my body feels good. Like, there's just certain basic things that like go a really long way at increasing.
And yeah, I feel like people are sold so much that is extraneous to that. Like, there really is something to having financial and food and like shelter security. Having those three basic things met, you realize, oh wait, life is not as scary and complicated and sky is falling.
Totally. Now I gave a talk about it when my first book came out. It was like this pyramid of people. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine like the elites are at the top and then everyone else kind of like stacks under them. And the elites, very historically, like through all of time, have had the most access to information. Yeah. And the internet, to your point, has like, the way I see it is the internet has like drastically shifted that on its head, where your point, not everyone knows what they're looking at or what the right stuff is. But for those who get maybe a little lucky or who are highly intelligent, they can find the things that only the elites maybe had access to previously. And so it's doing this. It's like my parents, you know, like they used to live in this world where like, well, I don't believe the Kennedy assassination happened that way, but if everyone else is kind of going about life, like I guess I'll just go with it too. Like I can't be the only odd man out. Yeah. And now it's like with the internet, it's like, you know, you're not the only odd man out. There's another 1,000 people who are screaming like this makes no fucking sense. And so it disrupts that pyramid. And I think that's what we're seeing now is like, yeah, when you have these elites who have been lying to everyone for multiple generations, I would say. I think the internet is one of those tools that starts to like break down those lies and go, oh, actually, you're all full of shit. Like this isn't working. Like
no, there's
never worked.
There's definitely benefits to it, but there's again an education gap that's got to come along and be closed with it.
Yeah.
In time.
How would you close the education gap? Like, what do you mean? Say more. What you mean?
I feel like overall literacy in this country has declined. You can see that since Reagan. Like the media literacy and the complexity of vocabulary used in the media has got like decreased down to like a low middle school level. I think it's like a 3rd or 4th grade reading level in most media that we consume today. And like that is one of the things like public education needs to increase because like folks don't have the critical thinking skills that we used to have. Like even AI's further deteriorating that, but like you can't have something do your thinking for you. And I feel like that's where media literacy and education help folks realize they are missing.
Critical thinking, huh? Interesting. I'm not so sure about that one. No. I mean,
what do you see?
Well, it's such a popular. I'm going to say, no offense. It's such a popular trope on one side of the political spectrum, that the other side is just so idiotic.
Right. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, and it like what's so funny is it's say you're the bourgeoisie in modern day society, you wouldn't be the first. Not you. These people wouldn't be the first generation of bourgeoisie who thought the common man was so dumb.
No, and what I don't mean is the common man is too dumb. What I mean is like when folks do get a few minutes of their day to read the news or understand what's going on in the world about them, they get blasted with a fact that is misrepresented, that they don't think critically about. Like the one that we always hear, the like black people are only 30% or 13% of the population, but cause 50% of the violent crime, which is just false. But like a lot of people will take that as fact without thinking about it further.
Yeah.
That's the issue that I have.
Oh, I got you.
The internet can just blast that a million times. You're going to see it on every Instagram really you flick through, but you don't think about it further. Not that everyone's stupid. That's not what I mean. I think when people take the time to read and take the time to understand, they can.
Well, and I think maybe the internet has like introduced a new variable, right? Because like historically, it seems pretty odd that all major news channels have kind of agreed with the direction the intelligence communities want to take the narrative. And now you can go right online and look at live warfare in Gaza, and it's like, this is not what they're saying on the news. Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know if it's a literacy issue or if it's a all right, let's take a crazy example to explain my point. Let's say aliens just arrived like on that hill tomorrow. There'd be this huge media spur, like assuming it's proven, people would come from, all over the world, like, oh my God, extraterrestrials, this is great. There'd be a couple of years probably where people would be in line wanting to ask them questions. After a while, they'd just set up camp there and it like everyone would go back to their lives. Like, the frenzy would kind of die down. And I think we're seeing that right now, where like part of the security playbook is like just overwhelm them with noise instead of what truly matters. And so I think sometimes what we take is like illiteracy is just people like, I still got to put food on the table, like I got to go about my 100%. Life.
And that's where like if there was that critical thinking step where people would be like, wait a minute, that just seems obviously bullshit. Like I can go about my life and realize that what I read is bullshit. That is hard to filter out. Yeah. It's like what I feel like happens more today is like you said, aliens land on the hill over there, and then the news would be like, there's no aliens here. And that's where I feel like the literacy question comes in, is like people would see that and be like, oh, there's no aliens, but there's pictures of them and everyone's saying there's aliens still.
Yeah, that's what's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like call me crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's what was over Jersey a couple months ago, and everybody was like, "Oh, the Chinese drones." It's like I don't know of any Chinese drones that have that tech yet, but it's fucking wild.
I don't know enough to tell you otherwise. That's the problem.
Crazy stuff, man. Yeah. Crazy time to be alive. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation.
It's been good.
Thanks, man. I hope you guys enjoy your hike, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend. Looks like you're right around here.
Yeah, we should do this one that has like the yellow and pink town right up front. And they never close the door. I love these people. Favorite people in the world. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Have a good one, man.
You too.
That's it for today's ride. Huge thanks to the passengers who let me share their stories. This show wouldn't exist without you. If you enjoyed listening in, come join me over on my Substack, where you can support the podcast and be part of the community. Thanks for riding along. I'll see you next time.
Goodbye.